Quite cold here today. We've not posted anything for a while. I'll say we were meant to go on holiday. We did go on holiday, but it didn't pan out exactly the way we planned it. So it's thrown us out for a few weeks. We've been away and now we're back, and my motivation for gym just hasn't really been there. It still isn't quite there. So anyway, we'll make a start and just do a little bit of something. Whew. Yeah, so holiday. We had booked to go on a skiing and snowboarding holiday. Bianca is the skier. She's done it since she was a child growing up in Germany. Me, on the other hand, I've been a surfer since 16. So I didn't want to ski, so I said reluctantly, didn't like it in the first place. But then we went once and I'm hooked. So I do snowboarding, that's my thing. So we booked a week in Italy, skiing and snowboarding. So I'm not going to bore you with a long thing. We set off midnight for a 6 a.m. flight. That's how far away we live from Bristol Airport. Took the bus to Bristol Airport, arrived at Bristol Airport, wandered over to check-in, checking our bags in, and then we got stopped and said, you can't travel, passport isn't valid. So a little bit confused, because I thought I checked beforehand. And whilst one of the passports did expire in 2025, there was still 8 months validity left on it. However, this is the sucker, because we were travelling to an EU country, they changed the rules a little bit, so it had to be valid for, or it had to be issued no more than 10 years, which one of ours was valid in, was issued 2014, so it was over 10 years. But it said, the next line then was, but it has to have at least 3 months. And ours had at least 6 months validity, so I thought it was fine. But it wasn't to be, and we refused travel. So the staff at the TUI check-in desk at Bristol Airport, they weren't really that helpful. They were polite, but it was like nothing we can do about it. You're not going to get, we can't board you, we can't let you go into the airport and board. And that's it, you've lost everything on your holiday. And that was that. What do we do from there? So yeah, so I did some training in readiness to go snowboarding. That one went quite well, lost a few kilos during January. And then we were due to go on the 1st of February, Saturday. We'd done a package thing, so I booked with Crystal Ski the whole shebang, flight from Bristol Airport, transfers to the resort, hotel, all in. The only thing I'd done myself was I bought a bus ticket to get us to take us by bus up to Bristol Airport, and then our ski pass then, I bought that online along with some skis and snowboard hire. Normally take our own equipment, but I didn't want any hassle. Suitcase, that was it, on the plane, ready to go. And that was our plan. So our travel plan was disrupted, altered, whatever you want to call it, ruined. For the sake of having, well, our one pass would be out of date by, I think it was 2 months it was out of date by. Nothing. Lost over £2,000 on that trip. So we drove home, well, we had a bus home, came home, didn't want to dwell on it, shocked, it ruined the whole thing, but there we are. Shit happens, as you say. So we decided to jump in the car then and go for a few days away, because we booked a house sitter for our dogs. We've got 2 dogs, so they had to be looked after. We booked, so we still had that to pay. So yeah, we lost a lot of money, so we decided to jump in the car and just do a road trip somewhere in the UK. So yeah, we didn't spoil it. I was a bit demoralised. I didn't want to do anything. We drove down to Torquay first. Planned on, didn't book anything. Just drove down to Torquay. Booked into a B&B down there, which was fantastic. Went to a pub that night. Had some food, had some drink. And then come up with a very random thing then of, let's not do the south coast, let's drive up to the Lake District. And after a few beers and wine was consumed, the following day, that's exactly what we did. So we didn't do any skiing or snowboarding. Did plan on doing some videos of us skiing and snowboarding. We normally do some videos, but scuppered it. So instead of doing anything physical, we done just walking. Did some walking video around Torquay. We stopped off then in the Cotswolds. That was another thing. I know, let's go to Clarkson's farm, Diddley Squat. Drove up there, that was closed. His pub was closed. This was going from bad to worse, but hey ho, we made good of a bad situation. Had a nice little pub meal in the night, and then just carried on then up to the Lake District. And we stayed up in the Lake District in Windermere, in a lovely place up there. So 2 days up there and a couple of days of exploring, walking, but then again, no skiing, no snowboarding, just a bit of walking, a few beers, and then we'd come back and motivation to get back in the gym. It's quite difficult, especially February, first couple of weeks in February. It's still cold out, it's miserable. I didn't actually plan to go for a surf today, but when I got up this morning, I just don't have the motivation for it, so I pray that I can get my motivation back to go and do these things that I enjoy. But it's just getting to do it and getting out there. So for now, I'm going to do a little bit of gym work, and that's it. Until next time, cheers.